Hey guys, welcome to Zoom Central, and this is the premiere episode of my brand new channel. My name is Peter. I run another channel called Peter P, which is my main channel, and I talk about wireless audiophile products. In that channel, I have learned quite a bit about YouTube production, right? There are a couple of components which are important in YouTube production, which namely is about audio, about video, and about lights. Now, in this episode today, you will see that I have a few mics lined up in front of me, and there is actually one that is boomed overhead, and that is a shotgun condenser mic, which is what you're listening to right now. So in today's premiere episode, we're going to be focusing on audio and comparing this kind of budget-friendly options that you have for leveling up your content. Now, I try to bring you value in every episode by comparing microphones, comparing lighting system, comparing cameras, comparing even lenses, right, to see how you can help level up your content to produce better YouTube content. I myself, I'm kind of quite a beginner, so I've learned all this on my own over the last 18 months or so. So if you are similar in my position, you will also find yourself scouring the internet, scouring YouTube on learning how to get better at content creation. And audio is a very important part of it. Now, in any form of YouTube production, you're going to be talking, you're going to be speaking quite a bit. And I have had some comments, some not so friendly, and some as a friendly reminder, friendly advice on having to level up my content in the department of audio, because they weren't hearing me very clearly. And when you're delivering content on YouTube, you do need to sound clear. You do need to enunciate all your words carefully. Now, I'm in this particular room here. Now, this room is not really a room. It's more like a storage room, and it is just this side, all right? From the left to the right of this is probably about 3.5 feet, just over 1 meter, and front to back to where my camera is, behind to this back wall here is probably about 5 feet or so. So not a very big space, but because it is small, you will find that the sound is actually better because I have no AC in here, I have no fan, I have no ventilation at all. And I put up some foam padding on the wall to make sure that everything is well contained and there's not so much reflection of sound. So when you're trying to level up your content, even before you start spending money on microphone, the first thing you need to do is to treat your room and make sure that you don't get all those nasty reflection that will cause echoes and cause reverberation in your room and messing up with the clarity of your voice. So if you listen to this particular room here, listen to this. No echo from the snap of my finger. No, that wasn't a Thanos thing. So what you're listening to right now is actually a condenser mic. It is a shotgun mic in the form of a Rode NTG4. A Rode NTG4, it picks up sound, is like when they say shotgun, is highly directional. So it is just boomed out of frame, so you can't actually see it. It's on top of me, pointing downwards towards my chest area, and it should pick up the sound from here. But shotgun mics are really sensitive, and if you don't have a well-treated room, if you don't control the echo and the noise, it will start picking up everything. And I mean everything, including slight knocks on the wall, somebody talking from across the room or from even another room. You'll hear all these kind of things. If your dryer is running, if your air conditioning is running, it picks up all these sounds, and the background noise will actually kind of like drown out your voice quite a bit. Now, I'm going to be switching across these couple of microphones because the Rode NTG, while it is a great mic, it is a different type of mic. So these three microphones that is visible in front of you, they belong to another class of microphones. They are called dynamic microphones. And dynamic mics, they don't actually require phantom power like the condenser mic requires. So they do still need an audio interface, which is because they are all XLR output except for the Shure MV7, which has a USB option to line out. But if you're serious about video production, then you do seriously need to consider investing in a recorder or an audio interface that will accept XLR inputs. So I'm going to be running through these mics a little bit. So right now, after a couple of minutes, you should be quite used to my voice being captured by the Rode NTG4. I'm going to run through these dynamic mics in front of me so that you can tell what the differences in sound signature is going to be like. If you're listening on your handphone or if you're listening on a laptop through the speakers or even the TV, you might not catch the slight nuances and the difference in the voice. So you do want to put on a pair of good headphones, preferably close back, so you don't get any disturbances from the outside noise. And you'll be able to hear all the slight differences in the way these mics reproduce my voice over YouTube to your ears. So let's switch first to this PodMic. So this is the Rode PodMic. The Rode PodMic is a very affordable $100 PodMic. For dynamic mics, you do have to get it quite close to your mouth, so you don't have the luxury of hiding the whole mic out of frame. You do have all these sticking in the frame and you can see it, right? And I have to actually get pretty close to a dynamic mic, otherwise it won't pick up. But that disadvantage actually serves as an advantage as well, because it means that voices and noises from your room and the echo, it doesn't pick up as well. So it does sound a lot quieter. And in all my testing here, I am actually matching them by volume. So the gain input is all different for the different microphones, but the output volume to you should be as close as possible to one another. So we're not talking about gain or sensitivity of the microphones today. They're all outputting at the same levels. So the next mic I'm going to move on is this one in the middle, and that is the Rode Procaster. Okay, and this is the Rode Procaster. The Rode Procaster has a very nice voice. I've been using this for quite a while, and it picks up a very low bassy voice. It does make my voice quite a bit richer, and you will notice that it is also ultra quiet. It is very, very quiet, generating a little bit less noise. Again, I am speaking as though I am recording an episode so that I can talk to you and you will be able to hear how this mic sounds like. Later, I will be repeating a phrase in quick succession so that you will be able to hear all the differences between all the four mics before you leave this episode. And next up, we will have the Shure MV7. The Shure MV7 is one of the more special mics that we have today, and let me explain why. And this is the Shure MV7. The Shure MV7, I got the silver version because I think I wanted it to stand out a little bit. If you look at the PodMic and the Procaster, they look kind of similar, and this one now looks completely different. Now, if you look at the rear of this body, you will notice that it has XLR outputs as well as a micro USB output. So what it does, it means that using the USB port, you're able to connect to your iPad or your iPhone, assuming you have the right cables, as well as your laptop or your computer, and use it as a microphone directly. So you will be able to select it as a microphone in your devices without the need for an audio interface or a field recorder. And the XLR output, it actually outputs signal at the same time. The Shure MV7 also comes with Shure Motif app, which is great. It allows you to control quite a bit of settings on the Shure MV7. So in terms of versatility, this mic is actually, well, pretty good, but it is slightly pricier than the rest of the options that we're looking at here. So if you're really going for budget, that would be your PodMic. If you're really going for big sound, big bottom kind of sound with heavy voice delivery, then that should be the Procaster you're looking for. If you're looking for versatility, then you want to look at the Shure MV7. If your room is well suited and well treated and you don't get a lot of reverberation and your environment is actually quiet, then you should consider the Rode NTG4. Okay, so I'm going to very quickly run through all the mic options so that you can hear how they all sound like. This is the Rode NTG4. The quick brown fox jumped over the lazy dog. The quick brown fox jumped over the lazy dog. This is the Rode PodMic. The quick brown fox jumped over the lazy dog. The quick brown fox jumped over the lazy dog. This is the Rode Procaster. The quick brown fox jumped over the lazy dog. A quick brown fox jumped over the lazy dog. This is the Shure MV7. The quick brown fox jumped over the lazy dog. The quick brown fox jumped over the lazy dog. Okay, so let me know which of these mics you think sound the best to you. Again, if you're not listening using headphones or a good pair of earbuds, then I suggest you hold your judgment first, get your hands on a good pair of headphones or earbuds, and listen to them in a quiet environment so that you can hear all the differences between the different mics before you make the decision. So, as always in my other channel, if you have any questions, do leave them in the comment section down below, and I will try my best to impart my knowledge and help you out with any questions that you have as a budding YouTuber. Thank you for joining me on this first premiere episode on Zoom Central. Towards better light, towards better sound. See you.